Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video and welcome to the final week of iRacing 2025. Yes, we're kickstarting things once again with the Ringmeister series, this time round in the GT4 cars. So yeah, this one is a bit more of a sensible combo inside the sim, but anybody that's driven the GT4s before knows that they can be rather unforgiving inside of the game. So managing everything is going to be really key in this race. It's also, once again, a fantastic lesson of why you shouldn't quit inside iRacing. We get involved in the lap 1 mayhem. I'm basically at the rear of the field, but hopefully, just by sticking at it, just by keeping out of trouble, we can try and gain some places and maybe gain a little bit of iRacing by the end of the race. A massive thank you to everybody for all their support on the channel. Please make sure you leave a like, get yourself subscribed. We are getting very close to 2.5k subs at the moment. Looking forward to all of the new content coming out over the next couple of weeks. But yeah, let's do this thing. Well, here we are then, back for week 12 in the Ringmeister series. Had a lot of fun over the course of the season so far. We've taken on some very different machines. You know, super stock cars from America Street Stocks, Audi 90 Quattro GTOs, Pontiac Slowcyst. This week, things are a bit more normal. We're in the GT4s. I've picked up the Mercedes just because I quite like it, but it seems like it's going to be the BMW and Porsche Cup here today. 3 laps is always ahead of us, though. Let's see if we can try and finish the year on a high. There is already a little bit of bumping and barging in front of me, and someone's gone spinning across the entire field. And I've been collected. That doesn't bode well to begin with. We'll wait and see if everybody can just kind of make their way through. Are we good? Are we able to go? I think hopefully we're able to go. Oh, of course. Oh man, that's not been an ideal start. Luckily, the steering does seem to be straight. But 8x before we've made it down to turn 1. He's really not ideal. This is come on, get it together. Not sure what I could have done there, crew chief, but okay, we'll try to do better next time round. Maybe this race then has instantly become damage limitation. Of course, generally speaking, inside this series, we kind of get we normally find ourselves starting actually towards the back, don't we? But this week is very popular. So luckily, we normally find ourselves one of the lowest cars in top split. I think there was about 9 or 10 splits ready for this race tonight. So, hopefully, this is going to serve as a lesson as to why you don't give up on iRacing once again. Why sometimes, especially in a series like Ringmeister, it is so important just to make sure that you get through to the checkered flag. The gap is apparently, we are, according to crew chief, down to 25th spot at the moment, so let's wait and see. Don't think we'll be able to gain any SR from this. We might be able to gain some iRacing. So there you go. Someone apparently has already gone off through Arenberg, so just be careful as we make our way down the hill. So yeah, let's just assume then that we are in 25th spot. Let's assume that crew chief has got that one accurately this time round. So what position can we finish this race? That is the all-important question, because sometimes I feel like people are too quick just to give up inside iRacing, and I understand obviously in higher splits people are less likely to make errors and things like that, but down in kind of my iRacing territory, there's definitely a lot of errors can be made, especially in the GT4 cars, because you learn a lot of your reference points around here for a GT3, so you have to really adapt to how the GT4s drive inside the sim. Part of that, of course, is the fact that you've got way less downforce, but actually pretty good top-end speed. So you've actually got to brake a lot earlier. You've got to be a lot later on the power and things like that as well. So it really does require a lot more of a patient driving style. But I am hoping next year to run a lot more of the VLN series inside the sim as well. Of course, already preparing for 2026 Season 1. And hopefully next year is going to be a big year on iRacing. Without F1 26 to kind of distract us, hopefully we're going to be able to dive in with some more series and do some obviously fun stuff as well. And I'll probably do some live streams here and on my Twitch channel as well of various kind of iRacing escapades while in the future, as that's a little bit wide there down over at it now. As, yeah, Ford Mustang just in front of me. Kind of forgot they exist in the GT4 class. Of course, new this season. Feels like a very long time ago now. But, yeah, never really vibed with it too much in the practice running that I did, and never really ran it much because of that in the end, or haven't ran it at all, I don't believe, so far this season. So, yeah, I've already got some ideas for what I want to take part in, though, during 2026 Season 1. I fancy giving the all-new Porsche Cup car a bit of a go. I think, obviously, Ringmeister will probably end up, you know, staying as part of my content as well, as thank you very much. I appreciate it. Clearly, yeah, struggling and just wants to try and make his way around. And he's too worried about doing anything else too dramatic. There you go. Like yeah, we're going to see an incident up here, aren't we? As it's probably someone that's gone.
Close to Tal. It looks like Jan.
I mean, apparently we have rear end damage, so, well, there's a bumper. that immediately doesn't bode well, does it? When someone's bumper is just in the road, but...
There's an incident in Star Striker. We think it might be Van Boven.
But yeah, apparently, considering we're meant to have damage on all four corners, I don't know if we've still got a wing or anything like that. I have to wait and see, as hopefully... Well, that guy's blowing up his engine, and was still sat in the middle of the road. Luckily, able to get around him. That was a bit of a jump scare, wasn't it? There you go. Just not quite getting the car hooked up through carousel as best as I would have wanted.
Car number 25.
But yeah, like I said, obviously, I'm going to give the new Porsche Cup car a bit of a go. Like I said, obviously looking more bigger picture next year. Obviously, Raw before the 24. Daytona 24, nice and early on. Needs to do a bit more GT3 racing. I want to get back in a bit more with like the Formula 4 and the Super Formula, all that kind of thing. But I think next year there's going to be a nice big focus as well on trying to do a lot more of the bigger series. You know, kind of NIS, hopefully, as I mentioned in the last video. Obviously VLN, like I just mentioned as well. Maybe do the F1 Grand Prix Challenge. We'll have to wait and see kind of what attendance looks like as well with that series. But a few other random bits and pieces. I don't think I'm going to explicitly set me the goal as such as like a series or anything like that. So you don't want to do that, sir. But I would love to try and get up to 3K iRating across disciplines as well. Which would be quite nice. I feel like we could do that in sports car and Formula Car and NASCAR, or oval racing I should say, if we get into a good rhythm and really are able to kind of build up confidence over the course of the season. I mean, even in a race like this where we're still a handful of seconds down from everybody else and just kind of seeing other cars wreck, I still love just doing laps of the Nürburgring. It never gets boring, does it, this place? Every lap is different. The gap ahead is always a very, very fun task as well. Such a unique venue, isn't it? It's why I love doing Ringmeister. And always good fun, even in the races where things don't go your way to begin with. Still really, really good fun at the end of the day there. So we've definitely gained a few spots back on this opening lap, I believe. Obviously, Race Labs won't update until I get round to the checkered flag there. As well. Just see a little bit of understeer as we head out onto the Dottinger hole. But you can see a huge gaggle of cars just up the road then. So I think about the top 12 by the looks of it have kind of broken free in their own group as well. So I don't think we're going to be too far down the order. We've definitely seen quite a few retirements. I mean, there's still a couple of guys limping around. But there we go. So Crew Race Labs is saying 18th spot at the moment then. So I think, yeah, we were down to about 22nd or 23rd, weren't we? Early on in this race. So 18th would see us lose 27 iRacing. Definitely think I'm down a little bit on straight line speed as well. But, hello. That was not where I wanted to be. Lucky not to put the car through the inside wall. So just got a little bit of a bounce through there, but yeah, I must admit, I do love the Mercedes GT4 car as well. This was the first GT4 that I ever really kind of drove quite a lot and enjoyed inside of the game. But yeah, I also fancy if they run like another IndyCar season, maybe in prep obviously for the IndyCar 2025 game. Oh, hello. Nice rejoin. That's good going, isn't it? Yes, there you go. That's another 2 freebies at least. I think there might be another couple of wounded victims as well in that moment. So that's a corner cut if ever I've seen one. He's doing the Porsche 911 Dakar line through there. Oh, I thought it was a Porsche. It's a BM. There you go. That looks even more ridiculous then, doesn't it? As hopefully this guy, yep, he's got no steering. He's definitely going to be out of the way. He's got nothing in the front end of that car. Because there we go. Back up to P15 already, so this would only see us lose a handful of iRacing. I can't remember how many I need to gain to try and get myself back up over 2k in sports car, but I don't think that's going to happen today. But not too worried about it when all is said and done. Again, we could have... Had we just quit when I got involved in that wreck at the start, we probably would have lost 60, 70. So, like I said, sometimes it is just important to make sure, try and get to the checkered flag nonetheless.
The gap to 14th in front is now 7.7 seconds.
Let's see what the pace is like then against Sean just up in front. Don't know whether he's catching up on the group of cars in front of him, or maybe he's just kind of been disconnected from that group as well there, but plunging down the hill. I really don't know whether I want to avoid that curb or not through the inside there, but yeah, I'm sure obviously Cam, Eugene and I, and maybe Gary as well, will jump obviously into some more of the new special events. I would assume the special events calendar will be announced right towards the end of the year. I know we have got like the VIR 4 hours coming up quite soon. I don't quite know kind of when that race is and what time slots there are, but I might jump in and do that as well. Someone else apparently is running some issues. So there you go. See a couple more drivers suddenly appearing on my relative and dropping back time quite quickly. So yeah, it looks like Taiju has made a bit of an error, or got involved in someone's error. As always, I'm sure Ringmeister will serve as a great series to have a look at the instant report at the end of the video as well, so always good fun to kind of see what's going on and admire the chaos. There's beauty in the chaos sometimes that is brought to iRacing, as definitely don't want to get the power down with two wheels hooked up on the grass. That's a very easy way to take a look as to where we've come from rather than where we're meant to be going around here.
The guy in front is car number 9.
To be fair, his Porsche doesn't seem to be too badly damaged, so I think he's still got some fight in him. But yeah, I think Taiju, if we jump him, we would be up into positive I-rating territory, which, all things considered, based on that start, probably actually quite a good thing to write home about. I don't know whether... I always felt like the Porsche never had any good top-end speed inside the GT4 class. I know it doesn't in GT3 now, but I wonder if that's the case here. He's definitely struggling a little bit. Can't we go the long way around?
Still there.
Hello. Got to find the grip. That's not where I wanted to be. Apparently I'm trying to do a pass on the grass there. That was not ideal. So we're going to lose a bit of momentum all the way up then. Up the back straight. But I want to try and be ahead of him before we get through Carousel. Obviously round into that sector of the lap, because I feel like, whoa, we've got a little bit more pace. So definitely don't need to break that much through there, buddy. Yeah, really don't need to break that much. This would be a bad idea to go for a move there. He did actually give me the room, to be fair to him. But, yeah, still, not ideal. Oh, come on. Yeah, like I said, I really don't want to be stuck behind him for all too long. But you have got to be careful. You have got to respect each other. And, of course, the track at the end of the day is, again, just... You know, he's within his right to fight it, of course. That's what we're here to do. It's iRacing, not letting each other past inside the sim as well. The only problem I have got is he is costing us a bit of time against a lot of the guys a bit further up. So, although I'm not going to try and kind of force my way through or anything like that too ridiculously, if I can get by him sooner rather than later, that would be very, very useful. As I don't think there's going to be much opportunity down through this section unless he makes an error. So we shall wait and see there, as he's definitely not confident. Does not know his way around here, does he? We are, again, like I said, practically pushing him along, and I'm just worried if he breaks somewhere a bit randomly. Oh, it might catch us both out as we get down the inside. In the outside for the next corner, though surely not all the way around. Yes, we will. Oh, as we get a little bit slippery through that next corner, gather it up. Again, the GT4s just don't quite have the downforce, the sticking power of the GT3s there, is almost doing what that Porsche did last lap as well. So that was a bit of a scary moment. Gets the heart rate up just a little bit more as well. Let's see if we can try and get a breakaway then and see if we can still go in pursuit of the guys in front. It's definitely cost us a good couple of seconds on this lap, but I don't know what the pace of Dale is going to be like just up in front. I think if we can have that gap under 7 seconds, avoiding any kind of errors or anything like that, then it might be game on, well, on that final lap, as that is not the line through there, and no surprises, that's a slow down. Yeah, definitely gained out way more there.
Fast out. Keep the inside line covered.
Don't think I'm going to gain much SR from this one, which is a bit of a shame, because we are currently able to get promoted come the end of the season, but unfortunately, the way we're going at the moment, we're probably going to lose a little bit.
He's leading the race.
There you go, Tattoo now, and Dale having a little bit of a battle in front, so that might allow us just to get a little bit closer. But hopefully this Mercedes then is going to be a bit of a missile or in a straight line. Don't get another 1x, but see if we can try and break the toe from the Porsche as best as I can. Won't do aggressive weaving or anything like that, but I will just see if I can try and do it a little bit at the Dottinger hole. There you go, 7:07. That's a pretty good lap time by Andre there. I would assume top guys, you know, with a proper setup, everything like that, you're probably looking at high 6s around here, which is still very good going. Let's not forget, this is a GT4 car at the end of the day there, so yeah, it's still rather impressive, isn't it? Just how much speed these things have got. Like I said, you lose most of the gap to the GT3s actually through the corners, which of course there are a lot of around here as well. But yeah, these things have got some decent poke in a straight line. Not that powerful actually.
The guy in front is
by racing car standards. It is just the fact they haven't got much downforce, so you can still pick up a lot of speed
One more lap to go. We're
at the
halfway
end
home.
of the day.
We're okay on fuel.
So gap then to Dale in front, 8 seconds. That's what we've got to try and close in on this last lap then. Is easy, easy. So Tattoo there has said to someone to go by. I don't know if he's still ahead of us or has dropped back a little bit more. I can't remember if he was one that I jumped. I recognise the name.
Car in front is Maxwell.
Don't remember if I jumped him
16.
or not. Oh, come on. Easy does it. Easy does it. Bounce between those curbs. Would have been interesting. I don't know how badly damaged the car is, kind of how much of a difference it is making around here, but it would have been nice to obviously have a fully clean car and be able to do that, as I think we've gained another one actually. We're up to 13th spot. Imagine if after everything we still got a top 10. If we still got a top 10 here, that'd be pretty good going, wouldn't it? From 8th on the grid to basically last early on. That would be, yeah, that was, again, it would serve as a good reminder as to why you should never quit inside the sim. As easy as it might be sometimes just to give up and move on to the next one. Sometimes you've just got to be there at the end of the race. This corner as well, I really struggle with in these cars. Always want to get on the throttle a bit too early, and it just is not worth it. Because I think it's a train all the way up to P7, so if they all stay fairly bunched up, we could see some chaos towards the end of this lap. But I'm just going to try and chase a decent lap time here. See, clear air at the moment. No one to contend with. And obviously taking a bit of time to learn the car again around here. I think it's my ultimate goal with iRacing is just to be able to jump in and kind of feel, not quick, because of course nobody can just jump in and immediately be fast, but feel confident enough that I know what most cars are going to be doing underneath me and everything like that. Be able to jump in, know where I'm going, kind of avoid making any stupid errors, which I do still sometimes make inside of the game as well, as, again, just careful of those curbs.
The car in front of us is now Mackie, car number 17.
Really struggle with it, but you kind of don't want to nail the apex through the first part, because sometimes it means you've scrubbed off too much speed. The chicane there is definitely not flat, and then obviously miss hit miss as well is not flat either in these cars. Down to third gear, try and get on the throttle though once you've got the car rotated. I think it's why I like the GT4s so much as well inside the sim. They are very much cars that you've got to brake, rotate, and then get on the throttle. It is very kind of basic is quick in these kind of things.
The gap is now 5.2.
Definitely taking some good time out. The guys in front, I don't know if they're beginning to struggle or we're just getting a little bit quicker, or maybe a combination of the both, but that gap now down to just 5 seconds here, and it always helps when you can see them. That is always really, really nice when you've got eyes on that car in front of you. Albeit only temporarily, but we know they're there. So I'm trying to leave it in third gear through there once again. Looks like the guy behind me's had a little bit of a moment. It's been very, very spread out a little bit further back. So, again, you see a lot of people kind of quit out. You see a lot of people just give up in these races. But not this guy, unless I completely total the car. But normally you don't see that on YouTube when that inevitably happens from time to time as well. Looks like Alexander has really dropped back from the rest of his group. So I don't know if he's made quite a big error, actually, or what's going on there. Or whether he's just picked up some damage. So don't throw it in too aggressively now. Especially after I gave Taiju a little bit of stick last time for not attacking enough through here. Last thing I want to do then is immediately find a wall or something like that. But let's just wait and see what this BMW does. I think Alex is a little bit too far in front. I don't think we're taking enough time out of Alex just up in front there. So we've actually got two Alexes just in front of me. Alexander right here. Unless I do lines like that a bit too much. We are definitely going to be right on his tail towards the end of this one as well. And of course it all comes down to that dotting a hole. You really do plan your attack, your strategy around here, around that corner a big chunk of the time. Whether it's you want to jump someone and build up a gap before there, whether you want to wait and try and get past someone through there. All very, very important questions inside of the sim, is just trying to keep the car planted between the curbs. It looks actually pretty good on the curbs in GT3 as well. Oh, there you go, another mistake just in front. He slid down the arm coat. He might have got away with that one, but it probably hasn't done him any favours as well. It seems to be okay, still seems to be wrestling it round. So I don't think, unless you get some real chaos in front, I don't think we're going to get that top 10. But it's not going to be, hopefully not going to be too many positions away from that either. Don't get on the gravel. Ooh, easy does it. Easy does it. That's not the line we need through there. Of course, we will gain a bit more from not having to serve, a slowdown this time. But I'm really sliding the car around now. Maybe taking the best out of the tyres at the moment. It just cannot afford to get out of position, out of kilter through these final few turns, especially around the back of the lap. It is so high speed, so much commitment. You cannot afford to get it wrong. You can just hit a curb and go flying anywhere around this part of the lap. As again, you just see the delta steadily climbing back up. But will Alexander be able to do anything to try and defend this? Will he be able to potentially get a switch back on me and get back through up towards the end of the Dottinger Hoe as well? Only time will tell. But of course, yes, still that big gaggle of cars in front. Could you end up seeing a few more battles there? I think is he completely damaged the front wheel? Sure, it's probably just visual rather than on his end as well, but maybe that means he's lacking straight line speed. It's very, very defensive out into the back straight, but come on, let's try and go for it then. What will his straight line speed be? Surely we're going to have a bit more.
That's a new
fastest tucked up in the toe.
7:06.4.
There you go, 7:06 for Andre there at the front. Brilliant, brilliant time. Looked like he was just able to control that one up at the front of the order, but
on your left.
To the outside then of Alexander as we make our way up the hill. Will we try and clear him? Will we even have the legs to try and get fully past, or at least ahead? I don't think we do. I think that BMW's got a little bit more straight line speed at the moment, as we would try and just hang alongside him, but we've got nothing there. So maybe it was worth actually just planning the attack a little bit later. There seems to be another incident a little bit further back as all we've got alongside though. Oh, we're going to get put in the wall. Yeah, nothing we can do there as someone in front is completely blown up. Oh, ridiculous. Another Mustang that's gone pop, but a bit of a squeeze towards the wall right at the end, but you know what? You kind of defend like that, don't you, if you're a little bit out of kilter. Happy we survived. Let's go take a look at our incident report, and then, of course, our final race results. Let's take a look then at this incident right at the very start, first and foremost. So a bit of contact between the Merc and the Porsche in front. I mean, the Porsche alongside me was unlucky, and it just got worse and worse, didn't it? Nowhere we could obviously go, nowhere that we could try to avoid everything going on. But yeah, only a couple more Porsches getting involved. I guess when there's so many Porsches on this grid, that it's always going to be the Porsches that end up getting involved, just through the laws of simple mathematics. And I tried to get going again as I didn't realise that guy was going there. But not a great look. High-speed section then on the opening lap. Oh, Porsche and the BMW. That is a nasty shunt And that is, yeah, probably going to be both of those two retiring. Does the Porsche take anybody else with him? I think he got away with it. But yeah, that is a bit of a miscommunication. They kind of met in the middle, didn't they? The Porsche went one way, the BMW went the over the jump. And unfortunately, yeah, they both pay the price there. As again, very good job just to keep it away from everybody else. But at the sacrifice of your Porsche Cayman there. Big hit, big shame. Up then round the back of the circuit. A little bit too hot on the way in and slap the wall, but able to get it going again. Because hopefully we're going to see what happened to someone else a bit further behind. Oh, Mustang just caught out behind the Porsche in front. Nowhere to go with about 5 cars involved. So again, another big hit, and that will explain where that bumper came from. But yeah, that is the Mustang completely written off. Of course, that was the one that we went past not too long after. And here we go. I think we're going to see his engine blow up as well. There you go. I don't know if he just absolutely destroyed it or what, but not ideal there. A little bit further up then. Oh, you cannot get up on that inside curb, otherwise you're going to do that. Yeah, just skimming that outside wall there, and that damaged the steering, which I think was what the 17 struggled with right the way from then on. Here was the Porsche totaling it in front of me. Yep, just got on that curb. It is so easy to do, and if already you've had a crash and your ego's been damaged, that is a pretty disappointing way to end your night. He did try and keep going, though, but with no rear wing through this section. That is exactly what I would expect to happen, and yeah, just sometimes, I know I said you shouldn't quit, sometimes you just got to accept defeat, haven't you, inside the game. I think this was the only McLaren in this race, and he's hit a curb, and that's exactly why he was the only McLaren in this race. It's so bad on the curbs around this venue. I mean, the curbs are about half the size of the car, so no real surprise there. That was an immediate write-off, as this was the 19, of course, that we jumped. No steering. Yeah, straight down the wall. And again, sometimes you've got to accept defeat, haven't you? Mustang, though, coming up through here. He's going to get a shove from the guy behind, but apparently they're all going to get away with it. So I guess that one's not so bad. Porsche then is an opportunistic look, and he tried to give him space. He tried to be patient with it. Luckily, he's going to be able to keep going, I think, but that's annoying when someone's being that aggressive into a corner, so you try to back out of it, and then they just drive through the back of you anyway. Very disappointing. Here was the 18 then, down the hill, into the wall. We'll get away with that one, I think, without too much damage. Oh, here we go. This was the Porsche then, after that little slip up earlier on. Goes for a bit of a lazy spin. Does he get collected? Yes. In the end there, so yet another incident going on. I mean, it's Ringmeister, it's GT4s, it's going to happen, isn't it? That's that's appalling. That was so opportunistic. That is an absolutely disgusting move. No respect given to the guy on his outside there. Forced his way down there, and yeah, just shoved him into the wall. And that is a shadow realming, if ever we did see it inside the game. Luckily, he's going to go through the gravel trap anyway. Do we see any retaliation? No, he's well measured as the 15. Porsche then a little bit further back. Does he get on the curb? Yep, there you go. Again, I've done that before. It's so easy to do and so painful when you do it as well. 17 in towards final couple of corners. Way too hot. Glides the wall again, and looks like the Mustang behind him followed him. What on earth is that? In towards the final couple of corners. And then it was... Oh, this was the last lap, I think. So this was just an absolute slugfest going on behind. I wanted to see this from the other guy's POV, but I don't think we're going to be able to. Here we go. Let's have a look then. So this was the 17 there. So, yeah, look at that. Paolo followed him in. Tried to then get back on. He's then got someone else in the BMW on his inside there, and they all just get a bit argy-bargy through the final corner. 1 Mustang versus 3 BMWs. Not going to end well for the Mustang in that scenario. This was the 13 then. Hopping over the curbs and into the back of the guy in front of him. Just giving him a nice little push. And then, oh, that is not good. That's a bit scary. You don't want to be there. And then the Mustang going to try and get back involved once again. But luckily get away with it. It just seems to be these 3 beating each other up as the 17 there. I mean, he's defended the move, but it's the 26. He's going to force his way through whether you like it or not. Not a big fan of that one. Both drivers could have done better there. And then the 17, for good measure, gets on the curb and slaps the wall yet again. It's just all the 17 towards the end of this race. This was the guy I was following right towards the very end. So again, he's going to go down another Armco barrier, but live to tell the tale. Here we go then. Paolo, wheel to wheel, very optimistic, through the wall. down the grass, cuts the corner. Is he going to keep it going? I hope he spins out now, honestly. Yeah, there you go. Into the wall, takes the BMW with him. And I mean, that is just pure GT4, isn't it? Way too optimistic. And yeah, this was the Mustang that was on fire through the final couple of corners. That was pretty chaotic. Even for Ringmeister GT4 standards, that was pretty bad. Let's go take a look at our final results. And there we go then, having a look at our final race results. Minus 0.16 SR, honestly, I think is quite of an achievement at the end of the day. I think we only got 2 incidents, didn't we, after the turn, well, after the incidents at turn 1 in this race there. And 8 iRacing. Honestly, I kind of forgot just how close I was to 2K, so hopefully in the next couple of races we can try to achieve that as well there. Andre, though, from second on the grid, takes the victory in the end. 0 incident points for either him or Yilmaz, so brilliant effort done by the pair of them as they were both in the BMW. Daniel, though, in the Ford Mustang finishes on the podium as well as the top Mercedes there. There you go, Zan Sol in P5 as well. Most places gained, though, I think we'll have to go to Julien there, 22nd to 6th, or actually, looks like Zhao actually went from 27th to 8th spot come the checkered flag. So yeah, very, very well done there. 13th for me in the end. Not as great as it could have been, but that's racing sometimes. Thank you all so much for watching nonetheless. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure you leave a like, get yourself subscribed,